Earlier, I spoke with the chairman, Human Rights Committee, African Bar Association, Mr. Sonny Ekwokusi, regarding the Samoa agreement.
The Samoa agreement, once you put your pen to paper and you sign, it becomes functional, it becomes operational. You don't have to domesticate, because I'm a lawyer for many years now, so I know about ratification and domestication by virtue of Section 12 of the 1999 Constitution. But this one is like signing an open check, because under the Samoa agreement, the Council of Ministers, headed by the European Union, will be meeting regularly and be making decisions binding on those who have signed. So, Samoa agreement has not even ended, okay? People are talking about that it contains LGBT. No, it also contains LGBT comprehensive sexuality education, teaching our kids how to have sex, how to be sterile, how to masturbate, and all that. It also contains abortion. It also contains transgender.
But it's alleged that this clause was expunged in the agreement.
No way, it has not expunged. We told them not to expunge it, and the EU said no. Okay? After Nigeria refused to sign, the EU started lobbying the African countries. Namibia has not signed, because Namibia said it cannot sign because the agreement does not have what is called in law interpretation clause. Because we told them to put interpretation clause and say that under no circumstances can any articles of this agreement can be construed to promote LGBT, abortion, transgender, and they refused. The EU refused. Don't forget that it's an EU agreement. So in our agreement, the parties should sit down and cancel. Those articles were not expunged. They are there, okay? I've mentioned 2.5. If the minister wants to do a debate, I can appear, we can talk about it, can bring the agreement, and I can explain the language of that agreement. I'm familiar with them because I also go to the United Nations. I know the language of the EU. I know the EU in my pocket. I know the language. I know what they are talking about. And I was the lawyer that stopped Dr. Danjuma to pass a bill at the National Assembly called Women's Reproductive Rights. That was 2006. And we told them that women's reproductive rights is euphemism for abortion. And that bill was struck out. In the same way, this Samoa agreement is littered with euphemisms of the EU and euphemisms of the United Nations. And Nigeria has signed, and we're saying, why did you sign?
During your last appearance on Morning Brief, you said that the LGBTQ is being taught in some schools in Nigeria already. Could you please speak more?
This is very interesting because, these people, they have no regard for our laws. They have no respect for our sovereignty. Before the Samoa agreement, in the past 5 years, we have been going to Federal High Court and showing what they are teaching in Nigerian schools. I'm on ground, so these people, when they talk about this, I just laugh because I'm not talking conspiracy theory. I have the conspiracies that we filed in my office. The government came for amicable settlement, what's called in court amicable settlement, and they promised to expunge this. They are teaching our kids terrible things in public schools. JSS 1, JSS 2, JSS 3, how to put on the condom, how to do masturbation, how to do sterilization, so that in the future, when they get married, they're not going to have children.
Do you know can you mention any name of these schools that these things are being taught, or any evidence?
If I mention whether it's proper.
Okay, or if there's any evidence, we need evidence.
The evidence I have is in my office. You can invite me again, I will show it. Or if the minister wants, I can bring what you find. We exhibited the syllabus, I have the syllabus, we exhibited the session where that they are being taught masturbation and tell them that sex is their right, they should don't bother about their parents. These are JSS. They should do sterilization so that they don't become pregnant. And the danger is that these girls, when they get married, they're not going to have children. The processes are buying for it. And if you have processes where biology, chemistry, and integrated science, I'm sure you saw the biology, chemistry, and physics, they were smeared by watermark in a description saying, my mother is a harlot, my father is an armed robber. I was saying, what is this? We went to Federal High Court, and they came to the office. They were saying, want to settle out of court. I said, why do you put this watermark? Watermark inscription means that you can read the book, but when you turn the page, you see the inscription, my mother is a harlot. I said, why are you attacking the family? What is all this? They said, sorry, we don't want our book to be pirated. I said, why don't you put my mother is an angel, or whatever? So we have your process in my office. I will come back, or if the government is interested, I will show them the court processes. What is happening in our public school is terrible. And I start to defend it because I am on the ground. I was the lawyer that went to court, so it's not a theory, okay? And I exhibited the chapters of, right now, it is still going on. In mathematics, they will tell them 20 condom minus 2 condom. Terrible thing. This is what has spoiled, destroyed the West, you know? They're bringing it to Nigeria.
Now, going forward, what should Nigeria do?
What Nigeria should do is that a clause should be put in that, but we are saying either Nigeria should withdraw, or a clause should be put there. This is to tell them that we're not anti-government. Put a clause to say that under no circumstances will any article or Samoa agreement be construed to mean LGBT, to mean abortion, to mean transgender. If that clause is inserted, it's called a proviso in law. It's called a proviso. I've been practicing law for almost 40 years, so I know what I'm talking about. Put a proviso that says, under no circumstances can this, any word of this somewhere be interpreted as, if they do that, that would be fantastic, but EU will not allow it because EU is just interested in promoting this. Because it's a pure trade agreement. Why do you have to insert LGBT, transgender, and all that?
Mr. Sonny Ukukusi, the Chairman, Human Rights Committee, African Bar Association, sharing his concerns about the Samoa Agreement.